Hi, this is going to be the last part of my video on stage 3, and you're in for a really superb video, so you better brace yourself. The first thing I'm going to talk about is some general knowledge that's like so useful. The first thing is something I'll call a stale hitbox. Basically, when you're kicking, you kick, and it has a hitbox, so it hits them, and they take damage, and they can die, possibly. However, if your kick is out for an extended period of time, it just disappears. It's not there anymore. So, this can even happen if you're jumping. You kick right away. Actually, let's take it over here. So, let's say I'm jumping and I want to kick. If I kick right away, eventually, if you kick too soon, basically, you'll just end up being sad, and yeah. So you want to kick once you're close to them, and this spacing is a bit different, like if they have a sword, and depending where you're coming from, behind them, in front of them and stuff. But just the timing of when you actually send out your kick is just as important as where you are. So just keep that in mind as you're attacking. Notice if you jump and kick straight after, like directly after you kick, it takes a longer amount of time to reach the ground. And you're hanging in the air for a long time after your hitbox has passed. So if you do this, okay, if you jump and kick, and you're in the air for a super long time before you approach your opponent, especially if they have a sword, if they just press any button, you basically die. Contrarily, if you kick right before you reach your target, or right before you reach the ground, you notice it's only out for a short time, and you can immediately go into something else, like just moving or another kick. So that's really useful when you're just beating people up, having a great time. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so before I said attacking in the pit's bad, well, it's not all bad. So I'm going to talk about maximizing time you have hitboxes on your body. So if you have someone that has a sword and they're chilling right out here, and you're in a pit and you want to come out, most likely you don't want to just jump out while they have a sword pointing in your face. You probably want to jump out and kick in some way as you jump out to give you a chance of either disarming them or at least dealing some amount of damage before being impaled. So yeah, that's just really important. And you might be like, well, I couldn't possibly maximize my hitboxes all the time. That would be ridiculous. What if I'm falling down in this pit here? If you attack there, you'll probably just end up dying. That's useless. What are you saying? And yeah, you're wrong. First, I'll show you. Notice you can attack off of walls like this. However, we can see, right there, you kind of grab onto the wall or are attached to the wall, even without necessarily being on the wall. So because of this, when you down jump, you can jump off the wall a considerable distance before you're actually on the wall. So because of this, you can do it with attacks. Okay, not like that, but you can do it with attacks to send out your attacks much faster than you would be able to if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go on a wall and then kick you. Oh yeah, I'm so cool, I'm using a wall. But if you jump off the wall downwards, you can send out your hitboxes immediately. So using this, let's say we're falling down a pit. Okay, that is an example of something that's very bad. Don't attack in pits when you're doing that. But you can down jump like that out of the pit, and if you can down jump like that, you can down jump with a kick like that. So again, if someone's chilling down here, maybe they have a sword, maybe they don't. Going like that, if you do that, they're just gonna have a kick waiting for you. You're toast. But if you do it like that, okay, I didn't angle my kick correctly there to actually get the hit. You would want to angle your kick higher in this situation, which is considerable. It's really hard to do since you just angled down for your jump. But yeah, it's important to keep track of. And similar, it's like, well, what if I'm coming out of the pit? Yeah, you can still do it. You can come out of the pits with attacks, all different types of attacks. I kind of been doing it, but you can attack in the opposite direction, and your kick hitting the wall will propel you out of the pit. That's not good for too much other than looking cool, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Oh yeah, from the second video, there's attacking around corners. I think I forgot to mention you could do that with swords as well. I just showed. But let's say you're on the other side of the third stage, or even if you're just going this direction, you don't do that. You can, okay, that's actually valid, but you can kick around that corner. Yeah, you can kick there off the wall if you're feeling frisky. I don't know. Just feel like doing some cool stuff that doesn't do anything, but it looks cool. So hey, why not look cool? Important to note, when you're down here with sword, you stab, especially if you hit a wall, you can't input other actions for a very long time. So it's often the case that the person without a sword can actually win fights down here. So if you're down here and you don't have a sword, someone with a sword is right here, just let them come to you, because sure, you can try and do some fancy stuff, jumping out, I don't know, kicking to disarm, but most of the time they'll just stab, you'll die, and you're not happy. But if you just wait here, maybe like right here, even if they come down and stab, okay, well I wasn't in the right position, but if they come down and stab, you'll see them coming down. You can tactically retreat, and then after they've sent out their hitbox, in the lag time where they can't do anything, you can fire a quick punch and demolish their hopes and dreams. Most of the time when you do, it'll disarm them. You can jump, catch the sword, and then just poke them. One thing I forgot to mention in the last video, when you're in this helpless state, you're not completely helpless. Yes, it's true you can't jump, but you can attack while you're in this helpless state. So if somehow you ran out of jumps over here, oh, I'm about to run into spikes, which you can't see because there's so many dead bodies, you can attack right before and get yourself out of a sticky situation. that just about wraps up the third stage, as well as some general stuff. So I'll see you on the fourth stage next sometime in the future. Bye.